Belton here, and welcome to Auto Dissection. This week we're doing the Cadillac CTS Coupe concept. It's a really cool car. There's a lot of really good reasons that this car is bitchin'. But before we get into it, we're going to check out what it was inspired by. Take a look at that. And that car is right here. This is the CTS four-door. This car was a successful example of how faceted lines came together. And they decided to take this and take it kind of a new level. And what I read from the press release and a lot of the elements that came out with the concept was that it was kind of this diamond philosophy. So as you can see, you know, with a lot of the facets, you know, it's really been kind of a step up. And what I like here is you can see in the hood area that's going on here, it's pretty much a flat shape. It's not that big of a deal. But in the concept, the coupe concept, it's really neat. They really created this aggressive hood, which obviously is reflecting some kind of power increase. You know, you have these facets here, you got them here, you got basically the entire front area is from the CTS four-door. You know, they created some neat facets down here. There's just a lot of these elements that are carried through. The wheels are very aggressive, 20s up front, 21s in the rear. The rear deck lid is just kind of peeking out with the light. That's kind of a neat little facet. Even the mirrors, you know, now that I've really drawn all over this whole thing, you can see that it's very successful. It's really neat the way it's done. So if we look at the rear view, look at that, man. That's really cool. You know, look at all these different elements. You know, the only thing that would make this more like a diamond is if it was all clear. But the silver does a really good job. It's very aggressive looking. So I'll take you through a little process. It's kind of interesting how they went from the four-door to the coupe using the same platform, same wheelbase, everything else. And that's a big plus. It's a big advantage when you go through that process. It'll be tough the other way around. But when you have a wheelbase that's as long as this and you want to create a coupe from it, there's a lot of elements that they took into consideration. The fact that it has a long wheelbase in a coupe is always kind of a nice thing because it pushes the wheels out to the corners. So from here, you can see how they created that. Now what they did, essentially, was they took the greenhouse area and they squatted that down here. So they took that and they squatted that down. They took the body form and they lengthened that so it was a little wider. They took the rear end, made it a little bit shorter. Front end was about the same. And from that, then they created the concept, which is really kind of cool. And in the concept, you can see how the body is nice and beefy. It's a little bit taller. The greenhouse is squat, and it makes it look much faster. Makes it look like it's going quicker here. And then you have the rear, which has been shortened, and the front basically has kind of no front end. But from the side view, all that stuff has come together. The big concern is you can kind of see how, you know, when you squat the glass down, and then you change the body form to be wider, and you go from a one door that was from a four-door, you know, you move all this stuff around, and pretty soon what you have is an area that's right in this area that's always kind of a concern for me, and that is because the proportion size of the wheel and the amount of body can make the car look really heavy, look really doughy, and they did a really good job here at proportionally squishing everything down and fattening the body up on the side. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat how they have put all these elements together and come up with a very successful end result. Now I've heard, wink wink, that this is a concept, but it might be production. So hopefully for Cadillac fans, if I was a real big Cadillac fan, and I may be now because of this car, I would say that they did a very successful job. This is something that I'd rock and roll for sure.